All right, man. So listen, we're supposed to have our training here tonight, winner up in the building, but obviously, again, they didn't come through. So we got my man Spank Dollars here, Highly Unique Radio. So we were gonna give y'all just a radio segment on Training Day CLT, Highly Unique Radio, and kind of how we've been working together for the past 3 years, under the radar to a lot of people that's kind of new to the platform, and the people that are, the platform, know what we do over here. But obviously we have a new regime. There's a whole lot of new plethora of artists that's coming through those Training Day CLT doors, so they don't know about the radio option that we have or the radio backing that we have. So I just give them a little brief rundown on, what you do and what Highly Unique Radio brings to Training Day.
Well, first of all, it sounded like you said had, which is past tense.
No, I said have.
Okay.
Sometimes I speak with a lisp.
Yeah, when you're talking to people that don't know, you have to, make sure you put the caption words up for them.
Facts.
Pretty much, I'm the regional program director of the largest internet radio station based out of Atlanta. Also the co-owner of Highly Unique Charlotte. Now we own stations in multiple markets: Atlanta, Miami, Seattle, Dominican Republic, Midwest, New York, and then Charlotte. We're building right now. Like I said, we have the largest internet. Not when I say largest and the longest running, meaning we're at 6 million plus listeners globally. I've broken artists. I've been with radio now, this station, only station, for a little bit over 10 years. I've executive produced a bunch of different radio shows, also on FM stations. But we're just speaking on Training Day right now. Basically, 3 years ago, like I said, I connected with, McClain through an artist I was working with, that, didn't come from Training Day, but connected me with Training Day because, she was supposed to go perform. And, I was in there, not in there scouting talent or anything like that, but I had a lot of dope talent in there, that I felt that, some of these people I could see, taking off to the point where at least they can maintain getting some residual checks off their music, the right way. So it started off with Roulette. Shout out to Roulette. It started with Roulette, so you're going to always have to go back to the first artist that, came on Training Day's platform and took off song-wise. It started with Atlanta radio on Monday, and I even gave him an alley hoop. So basically what I call an alley hoop is you service one song, and I'm going to take another song on the arm and just run both songs. Now you got two songs on the radio, but you just paid to get one song on the radio. That's, what I'm saying, if I feel like, you deserve that boost because I can see you doing things with it, once you get that alley hoop. So he went from 2 songs in one market, 2 songs in Miami, and I just tell you, like this last year of 2022, he ended out the year with a total of 16 songs on radio, and that's starting from 2020. You feel what I'm saying? So he definitely utilized radio. He was actually on NoAdvisory podcast, being interviewed, and so his first residual check paid his mortgage. That didn't come from my mouth. That came from the artist's mouth. Correct?
That's correct, man. Shout out to Roulette, man. Shout out to Roulette.
Yeah, shout out to Roulette.
Because anytime we have these radio conversations, we always have to mention Roulette.
You have to, because he came off the platform of Training Day, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to still give a few other artists that I met through Training Day, even though they didn't stay consistent with their craft. They still was, I still was the first person to put them on radio. Shout out to Infrared, he's still running around the city, doing his thing. Guap Baby been on the radio with me. Probably been a lot of the, I would say, original artists from Training
Yeah,
Day. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
The
You gotta call
OGs.
them, yeah, you gotta call them like the first. That's like the first
The
wave of
first
Training Day
wave.
content. You feel
Yep.
what I'm saying? It definitely was the first wave because it was a lot of them that came. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once they had access to radio, they a few of them ran with it. Of course, he took off the most with it.
Hmm.
But a lot of the rest of them was on radio. That's just some of the dudes. Shout out to what's my guy named Love IV was on the radio with us.
Hmm.
Um, let me see who else that I could think of male wise. Then you have female wise. Renee Royalty, shout out to her.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just in the live. Don't know if she's still in here, but she was on there.
Yeah, she's one from the first wave of Training Day. She
Hmm.
was on the radio with me for shit over a year.
Hmm.
Shit before I even met her. Like I actually just met her this year. I mean,
Hmm.
that's the crazy thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she knew me because she was on radio with me through Sid, which is the host of
Child Trap
Training
said
Day. Trap Sid. Shout out to Trap
best,
Sid, which is
the best
also
female host in the city, bar none.
right. You know what I'm saying? So she Sid works with me with radio. She's like your direct line for Highly Unique Radio. It don't matter what market, like it's happening with her. I'm not that
Hmm.
reachable unless you personally know me already.
Or
Let me see, female wise, Mimi V came from Training Day. Shout out to Mimi V, which happened to end up becoming my artist. She was, I'm gonna say, the first
E-Class,
female,
what up?
the first, the first female to come out of Training Day to pop. She's got an amazing EP. Check out Mimi V. One of the best, I say, R&B joints this year coming out of Charlotte.
Hmm.
Uh,
And
she also got a free distribution deal with Chris Gotti.
yeah,
Um,
shout out Chris Gotti.
Chris Gotti Adventure Music.
Hmm.
That had nothing to do with me, even though I'm tight with Christian. He gave her that on the home, like because he was just so amazed by her talent and her her aura, her demeanor. And then when she sang, that's when he was like, oh shit, like like yo, Spank, tell her, yo, don't leave. I want to give her something. I'm like, all
Right,
right. So I didn't think what that was because I'm on my way out the door and shit.
right,
And called me the next day, was like, yo, he gave her a free digital distribution deal. Which is, if
right.
anybody know the history of Chris Gotti, one of the brothers with Irv Gotti, Murder Inc. Um, them dudes are two powerful people in the industry. They're like pioneers, Dalu, Ashanti. They work with DMX, Jay-Z. The list goes on. So I have the honor and privilege of rubbing elbows with those type of men. Um, Female wise, but that's it. But then there's other females that P Fine. Shout out to P Fine.
Yeah, shout out P
Um,
Fine.
Very talented artist as well. I mean, she might have been on radio before, but I think I did more with her on radio than anybody else. Um,
Right,
Let me see. Well, there's so many different names. I can't even keep up with them because a lot of them is not really. I don't know what they're doing right now, but they're not really taking advantage of radio, or they just had too many miles in their head, and it just discouraged them from staying on track of what they can possibly do.
right.
Like
So
I
let me
said,
just explain. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, yeah,
I said, let me just explain to the people about how internet radio works, right? So you got Spotify, for the artist that's like, okay, what the fuck is internet radio? So you got Spotify. It's an app, right? You listen to Spotify on your app. But that app is downloaded by millions of people, and they go on Spotify and streaming music, and that's how artists get streams, right? Internet radio is the same thing. You know, a lot of internet radio, well, all the internet radio should have an app. You know, so download the app and you're able to listen to the radio, you know,
It
through
should be
the app.
registered too.
Right, register to. You know, they got radio, just like you have FM radio where you go and listen to, maybe if we say we here in Charlotte, you listen to Morning Madhouse with No Limit Larry in the morning. You know, internet radio has those shows as well. It's just that you go on your phone, just like you go on Spotify, your Apple Music, and you hit the app, press play music. Same thing with internet radio. The distinctive difference between, the distinctive difference between FM radio and internet radio, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that one is just FM and one is just internet. You know, that's really the distinctive difference. Other than that, royalties are paid out the same way through internet and FM radio. Because I think a lot of artists, again, we had these conversations a lot of times, artists don't really get what the benefits of having internet radio. So if you have a song and you can't get it on FM radio circuit, go through the internet radio circuit. You still get the same amount of royalties as you would do through FM radio.
Well,
granted, your song got to be encoded.
You can't just go to any internet radio station.
I mean, yeah, you can't go in, but I'm just saying, just the benefit of going to an FM station if you can't get in there, than going to an internet radio station. Is you, as an artist, your royalties are still paid out the same way, still tracked the same way, registered, same, everything is the same. It's just one is
Right.
FM, one is internet. You know, so that is the key point that a lot of artists don't get, because they hear internet radio, they don't hear FM radio. It's the same thing, artists, the same shit. It's just one is FM,
and if you think about it, FM, most people FM, you can only listen to FM in your vehicles. Let's start there, right?
Right.
So now let's just say that FM station in your local community has an app, which at this point they still have an app. Most people aren't going to download an FM station app to hear the same thing that they're going to hear
on the radio
in their car.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So we cater more to the independent artists. There's a lot of independent artists that took off from Highlyunique. And I'm gonna just name two that I'm sure everybody knows. Migo started on Highlyunique. What's his name? Bankroll that passed years ago started. Future, a lot of them Atlanta dudes came through Highlyunique. Now towards North Carolina, the only one that has so far came out of Highlyunique is Moray.
Shout out Moray.
From Fayetteville. And we was running up his shit for 2 years, and then by the time we looked up, that's when he was on FM station. See, most people, they don't understand. It's like most people ain't got that type of bag to get on FM. Not starting a right away campaign. Some do, some don't. Most
right.
So internet is a bit more affordable for you, and you're gonna, like you said, get the same results, because, like I said, I'm the first one that touched Moray's song. My team broke it on the radio. Like I said, for 2 years straight, and then he just took off. So if you know where he's at now, he's touring, he's doing this, he's doing that. Now he might go on the bigger stations for interviews, because at that point now he's doing a radio run. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's signed. You feel what I'm saying?
And let me hold on before you go. Let me stop you right there. So just to catch people up. So Moray started through Highlyunique Radio, internet radio. So I'm just want to tell him how that worked. So they ran his numbers up on internet radio, right? So when they say, okay, I got the song, right? What's that song called?
He got like 3 of them.
Well, that song, because that was one of the main songs that people know Moray for. So you ran it up on internet radio. So now when they say, okay, I got this record and it's doing this amount of this amount of plays or streams or whatever, they pull a report from the BDS, like, this shit really got like 80,000 runs on it, or whatever the lingo is. Okay, so now FM picks that up. Like, okay, he moving on here. Let me pick this record up. And then put it on FM, and then boom, you bust. So that is one key thing that a lot of artists don't get when it's internet radio or FM radio. Use both of them to your advantage. We have highly unique radio, internet radio in our building. Use it to your advantage, artists. Use it.
Yeah, facts, because we run up numbers more than Spotify. You got to even think about Spotify. When you put a single out and you put it on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, all them platforms, you still not a known person to generate a lot of numbers. Let's start there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll probably have realistically 100 people that you know, a friend of a friend that listens to the song. You feel what I'm saying? But nobody's going to sit there all day and bang your shit out realistically and run up your numbers. It's going to take multiple thousands of people that's listening. Not the only way possible that is if a station with large numbers, which is us. I don't know who else. There's not too many internet radio stations with numbers like us that is able to do that.
Right.
It's been proven for a little over 10 years that that's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for the most part, I mean, that's how that works. Like, shit, Spotify cut us a check because, like, we break the artists that we break, they need to know so they can put them on their
playlist.
recommended, on the playlist. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people got it real fucked up and ass backwards. Oh, I'm giving Spotify playlist. Oh, this nigga charged me this. We ain't got to do all that. You feel what I'm saying? We send them a list quarterly, like, yo, these are the songs that we select. Next thing you know, people numbers is like out of here. You feel what I'm saying? And people only realize that. People only start realizing that when they know it is impossible for them to have numbers in certain markets, certain countries that they never even heard of, because they're like, who fucking listening to me out there? It has to come from a source.
Right.
And that source is us. It's not Apple. It's not, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we're able to put even people on Apple recommendations. You know what I'm
saying?
And
let me, because we had put out, I won't say a mixtape. It was a album, a compilation album, Unsigned Kings album, right? And this was with the OGs of Training Day CLT. So we put this compilation album out, and again, anytime we talk about radio, Roulette is always mentioned because he followed the blueprint. So when we put this compilation album out, we asked all the artists to send in their ISRC codes, so we could upload it on the DSPs. For you guys that don't know, that's how they track all your streams through that. You can actually get some, or from type in Google ISRC, you could purchase some and attach it to your music. But we asked all the artists, yo, give us your ISRC code so we can attach it to the DSP. So anytime your song is played, you're able to get the streaming credit. Now, Roulette, and I think one of the person was the only people that did it. Now, granted, Roulette was heavy on Highly Unique Radio with that one particular song. He had a whole bunch of songs, but that one particular song was heavy in rotation. So when I put out the numbers to everybody to see what their songs were doing, Roulette had artists beat by 20 times the margin because his songs were getting ran on Highly Unique Radio as well as through the mixtape. So it was on internet radio, on all the DSPs, adding up, and he was getting streaming money from all of that. So again, internet, it don't matter if you can't get on FM radio, artists. We have Highly Unique Radio in our building. Get on the internet radio. You cannot get this access anywhere else but through Training Day. If you go outside Training Day, you're not going to be able to get on Highly Unique Radio. You come through Training Day, you could get on Highly Unique Radio.
You ain't going to be able to get on no real radio. So let's put it to you that way.
That's right.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who in the city say, oh, we're advertising this station, that station. Do your homework. Highly Unique Radio. Like, yo, we the longest, like, we the godfathers of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we started, like I said, when I told people about internet radio 10 years ago, they was looking at me like I was crazy. So if you're a smart person, you have to understand that internet is the last wave of radio, right? Internet is a streaming platform. Just
Streaming
like
platform.
your Spotify, if you go listen to anybody on Apple Music, you're streaming that song,
Right.
right? So you got to think about if you're invested and you're servicing a song or more than one song on Highly Unique Radio, we're campaigning it and running up those numbers. It's
Right.
nothing illegal, it's not a scam, because that's what a campaign does. Break that song. So now other stations is like I said, that's like your resume. If you want to go walk into whatever the FM community station is out here and like, yo, y'all need to put me on the radio. And it's like, well, who's you? Well, my numbers is doing this. Then they, you know what I'm saying? They might not do it right in front of you, but they're gonna go and pull a report on your numbers and
Right.
like, oh shit, yeah, he's yeah, we might need to get aboard that campaign.
Right.
And this
Like,
is and starts spreading like it spreads like wildfire is really what it does. But you have to start somewhere. Like,
right.
don't if you thinking that radio is not still a crucial part of doing music, you're an idiot. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Because everybody, it don't matter who it is, songs go on radio. You feel what I'm saying? Look, I've had Pop Smoke songs before he was popular.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? To shout out to Split Star when he had with Split Hat. So I've watched dudes, even Fabio, I've watched dudes, I've touched these dudes' music before niggas pop. And by
Right.
us really helping to run up the number from different markets, now they're New York artists, are they not?
Yeah. Yeah. Fabio,
Oh,
that nigga from my hood, from my same
okay.
floor,
You
from
feel
my
what I'm
building.
saying?
So I
So,
know. Right.
so from New York, I broke charted people in South Africa, Canada, like, so I know if people all over is tapped into Highly Unique and they dealing with radio and shit like that, and they fucking with us, I mean, shit, y'all in Charlotte is no different. The only difference is if y'all not trying to make no money with your music, then it ain't for you.
Right. Two of the most, I would say, two of the most essential um things, or yes, two of the most essential things that artists need. One is the handshakes of DJs. You need a DJ list, and two, you need radios. I mean, those are the two things you, as an artist, you can't get away from. Those,
Right.
you need those two things. If you ain't got, if your radio, I mean, if your record is not being spun through the DJ circuit, or or not on the internet radio circuit, then as an artist, you just need to reevaluate what you're doing. Because it's I mean, obviously we have social media now, and you can pop through social media. You could go viral and you can pop, right? But then you get that instant pop sensation, and that's when you are going to get robbed, because you're going to have people that's going to come with these contracts, this, down, and third, you not knowing what's going on, and you getting robbed for your money. As opposed to if you're an artist and you come through the training day circuit, you see our free 99 games, you get all your paperwork, all your shit in order, you go and you pop and do go viral, all your shit is in order. Nobody can rob you. Nobody can do nothing, take nothing away from you. All your royalties will come to you. We just made a post today about royalties and sound exchange and admin deals and stuff like that. So it's this platform is very vital to the Charlotte community, to the indie Charlotte community, the local Charlotte community, because of what we do. You go to any place else for radio, for the free 99 gems that we give you, like you're not going to be able to make it, because they're going to hit you in the head. We're giving out free 99 game for free. We got Highly Unique Radio in the building, access to y'all for, I'm not going to say free, but if you're an artist and you're serious about your craft and you have somewhat of a budget, we could get you there. We have done it, so it's proven that we have done it. You can even ask artists.
Numerous times at that.
Numerous times,
And I mean, shit, Charlotte I know there's a lot of talent out here, but when you got artists from Gastonia, South Carolina, different little towns around Charlotte that's pulling up at this open mic and taking advantage of radio, And
Mm-hmm.
what that showed me was like, yo, you got people that's passionate and hungry coming from different towns to
Mm-hmm.
come on this platform to either try to win or to just
Soak up
network,
the knowledge.
soak
Get.
up
Mm-hmm.
the knowledge and utilize the networking for their advantage. But most of the people that came through there from different towns, oh look, Get Money Blaze just joined. Now, for y'all who don't know who Get
What
Money
up,
Blaze is,
Blaze?
that's my personal DJ on Highly Unique Radio on One of Chronicles show. He is a signed quality control DJ. He breaks your records in clubs. We could get him on here. He could tell you how many people are songs he pop in clubs, and he moved around Vegas, Atlanta, South Carolina. He's in the strip clubs. He's killing it right now.
Just
So,
talked about the DJs and then look who pop up. A
right, you know what I
certified
mean.
DJ.
So you got Get Money Blaze on here. If you're an artist, and you need your shit on and in these clubs or something. Tap in with my guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's crazy too because I'm an artist spotting. Shout out to Jupiter May. So we had put a post on the page. I think it was in lieu of something with the DJs, and they were just saying like, yo, how can we get acclimated with the DJs? Listen,
why
first
that
of
name
all,
sound
yeah,
familiar?
Jupiter May. She's real
The
nostalgic
white
with her
girl?
music. Yes, yes, dope,
She been
dope
on
artist.
radio with me already.
No, I'm just saying as far in terms of talking about DJs. So she was saying, how can she get acclimated with the DJs? I was like, listen, it's as simple sometimes as if you want to spot a DJ, go buy him a drink. It could be a water. Yeah, you thirsty? Yo, baby water. That will go a long way for a DJ because a lot of DJs don't get taken care of. And you got to understand, they are there providing the music for hundreds, thousands of people. And a lot of people don't pay attention to the DJ. So if you're an artist and you in the venue, one, I always tell artists, always have your music on the USB. So this way, if you get the opportunity to have your song play, pop that USB up, give it to the DJ. But hey, if you in the club, you DJ rocking, and you just want to get acclimated to DJ, go send that man a drink. Go up there, boom, boom, boom. If it's a crowded club, go to the bartender, like, hey, bartender, send the DJ a drink. Tell them it's from such and such. They're gonna remember that. They're gonna be like, yo, shout out to, they don't just bought me a drink. Everybody gonna be like, oh shit. Yo, you gotta tap in with the DJs because they break
McClain.
records.
That is true. They break records. And McClain, I ain't fooling with Jupiter. Shout out to Jupiter. Very talented artist. Love her to death. Jupiter had a blueprint. Jupiter was on radio. Jupiter was in different markets with me. DJs had Jupiter songs through me. So, I mean, I ain't heard from her in over a year. So, like I said, I don't know if motherfuckers, when you might want to take a little break and revamp and shit like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and it's nothing personal. I'm just not focusing unless you like a personal artist that like I took under my wing type shit. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
focusing on nobody's careers and their lives because I deal with artists on an everyday basis. I am a regional program director, so this is like all I do. I do uh, scores, product placements, songs and movies, shit like that. So you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I don't have time to just deal with the same because you know me or I did business with you or whatever. And I met her through training day, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
You
Yep.
feel
Came
what
training
I'm
day.
saying? So this is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. Like, yeah, and the only way artists really personally get to know who I am is if I'm in the building
Right.
physically at training day. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, but most of the time, they might not know who I am because Sid, Trap Sid, like I said, she's with me over here, as well as she's with him over here. So she's the the person to go to.
Right.
But every so often I might deal with somebody on my own. You feel what I'm saying? If Sid
Mm-hmm.
got too many people she dealing with or whatever. But like I
Right.
said, she already she was in the motions, but like I said, I don't know after a while what happened. I even had her on the phone with Roulette and was like, yo, for somebody to tell me, oh, I ain't seeing nothing. I'm like, yo, this shit is gonna come overnight. Let's start there.
Right.
And like I said, Roulette ain't gonna lie for no next man. You feel what I'm saying?
And
So, huh?
and that's what social media kind of messed up with things, a little bit for artists because they want that microwavable fame, they want that microwavable hit, they want that microwavable money. They expect if they put something and they invest into something now, today, tomorrow, that shit's supposed to be popping. Nah, it doesn't work like that.
They
You know
better
what I
sit the
mean?
fuck down and shit.
Yeah, it
'Cause
doesn't
nah,
work that
that
way,
shit work.
man.
Listen,
But
you
before,
get paid out quarterly. If you know what quarterly is, it's 3 months mostly, 3 to 4, depending on how the year falls. You
right,
feel what I'm
right,
saying? Um, the last quarter is in December. That's the fourth quarter. So
right,
if you didn't get the payout at the end of the year for whatever, and then the residuals come depending on how much music you dumping out. The more
hmm
music you put out, the more you give other people opportunities to check for different music that you got, not just the one single. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're not an A/B list artist where you could just drop a joint and think this shit gonna do big numbers because
right,
the artists that you follow, you see they come out with no type of promo or nothing and they do big numbers. That's because they still have that engine behind them. So what you
right,
don't see doesn't mean that's not what's going on still. You feel what
right,
I'm saying? Because they need that bag. You know what I'm saying? But they're dealing more with the internet. You understand what I'm saying?
right,
That's why you're able to see, oh, they got a new single out because you heard it through the internet. You didn't hear it through FM radio. You feel what I'm saying?
right,
So you can't follow the blueprint of your favorite fucking rapper or singer. It does not work like that. Like the
right. Follow your
machine,
own lane.
yeah,
Make your
like
own blueprint.
because you'll kill you, you'll burn yourself out and kill your pockets trying to be like them. And
Word, man.
another
So,
thing,
hmm
it's two types of artists. And it depends on what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's only two types of artists: passionate artists and popularity artists. So if you're a
what up,
popularity
Pyro?
artist, I ain't too much fucking with you anyway because it's the passionate artists who really reap the benefits of everything that we speak to them about. You feel
Right,
what I'm saying? And that's been proven over and over and over again, even way before I knew McClain. Like I said, I've been doing this now 10.5 years. So just the same like there's a roulette in Charlotte, there's about 25 more roulettes in different markets that's soaked up the same thing, that's doing the same thing, that is went from, not being an artist but a businessman and doing other ventures and things like that.
right,
There's plenty of other artists that do the same thing because they took that knowledge and they ran with it. You feel what
right.
I'm saying? So, that's really it in a nutshell. So we do a lot. We do a bit more than most normal, even normal, any station. You know what I'm saying? Because most station, their job is just to service your song, and depending on what you paying, then they'll jump on the dig. Oh yeah, it's the hottest shit in the city. You feel
Right,
what I'm saying? So they pump the song up, but like I said, it's like okay, even if let's say FM was breaking your record, which is I seriously ever doubt that. You know what I'm saying? Like I already know niggas is spending mad bags to even have your shit played on FM for like a week, but that's ass backwards. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say FM in your community was breaking your song, right? Okay, so that's still in your market. That's still Charlotte community station, right? Who the fuck
hmm
know you outside of there? You
right,
still got to get outside your market. You
right,
have to because you're just going to become a local community celebrity in your city for them just playing your song on the radio for a week or two. You feel what I'm
right,
saying? But that's not enough resume for you to now go to Atlanta like, yo, they blowing my shit up in Charlotte. You don't give a fuck about that. Like, first of all, you need to come to Atlanta for the popular shit.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Let's start there. If you ain't busting your shit in New York, Miami, then you got busted in Atlanta. You feel what I'm
right,
saying? So that's why now we're also bringing a highly unique Charlotte to Charlotte because now you have have the opportunity now not to just break it in Atlanta or Miami or anywhere, but also now it can come through the hands in Charlotte and pop and in a real established station, and your community station still, they might catch on afterwards, but by then you still moving faster than before they grab the song. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's still going through the line of highly unique. Because like I said, we're a conglomerate, we're a franchise. We own radio in different markets. Each market has its own set of numbers that's doing great when you put it all together. Yeah, we at 6 million plus globally listeners. Charlotte is at 90,000 listeners. You feel what I'm saying? And that's not just because I've been here 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying, for 3 years, but I've been in Charlotte's backyard, shit, 5 years ago, helping other artists. And you understand what I'm saying? So it's like Highly Unique kind of been here, but it's due to Training Day, me living here now, you know what I'm saying, and connecting with Training Day, that I'm like, yo, this this rate, our station is good at this open mic because it's real, it's authentic. Remember, I always say that to you when I first, like, yo, I love your shit because it's real, it's authentic. You provide different things. You feel what I'm saying? Knowledge, opportunity, and this is even before radio came about. You already was providing shit for people. Like, yo, come here every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, sharpen up your skills. This is the place where you could be comfortable. You could be, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's judgmental. It's either they gonna love you or it's like, okay, you good. You feel what I'm saying? And I got to witness a lot of that, honestly, before I gave any other open mic the opportunity in Charlotte. I didn't go nowhere else. I'm like, yo, fuck that. Like,
Right,
I'm good. I'm good right here.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah, man.
saying?
So listen, man. Highly Unique Radio is in the building as every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, even if the man himself is not in the building, Highly Unique Radio is still in the building. So artists, all you gotta do is just tap in with Trap Sid, and she'll get you straight. Listen, man. Before we get up out of here, man, let them know where they can find you at on all social media platforms. Spank,
Well, my main, well, I don't even know what page I'm on right now.
you and your NY Spank.
Okay, so NY Spank, that's my main page I'm on. Don't slide in my DM about no music. Um, you can also follow One of Chronicles. That's the brand. It's a marketing development brand. It's on radio show. Work with models on there. So some successful models at that came through One of Chronicles. And then you can follow Highly Unique Radio, the mother station, which is based in Atlanta. Highly Unique Soul Flow, which is out in South Florida. And then Highly Unique Charlotte, CLT, Highly Unique CLT. You can download those apps. They're free. Like I said, Charlotte Station about to do big things in Charlotte. Like I said, it's about to really change. It's going to change the game for real because I've watched through the years how our station has changed the game in different markets. Um, to the point where honestly the other stations don't even try to uh, catch up because it's like, yo, we so far ahead of the game with this shit that they're comfortable with what they're doing. FM is also a corporate entity owned. You know what I'm saying? So the players on these stations, like the DJs, the radio personalities, they cut checks. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I cut checks too, but we also give people opportunity if that's what they're looking for. Because radio isn't for everybody. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying? So that's another thing that we do provide. We put DJs in on in different positions. Like I said, Blaze, he ain't come from another station. You feel what I'm saying? He started fucking with me and Alicia, out to Alicia some years back. But like I said, that he is official quality control. He done DJ for everybody that's on quality control. Just say that. And I don't even know all the artists. The baby on there, I think, is one of them. I think both of these is on that label, right?
yeah. No, 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 no. Only little baby.
Little baby. Who else on that label? Do you know?
Migos.
Migos, yeah, they like the damn shit, the babies of that label. They
Word.
started on
City Girls too.
City Girls, so he
Mm.
done DJ for all of them. About to do some things, bring him out here in Charlotte. Like I said, you have a DJ you could tap into if you have that type of music for clubs. And you know what I'm saying? You work out whatever his ticket is, and yeah, it gets you popping. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir, man. You know it is, man. It's
Yeah.
your boy CeoMcclain. Shout out to Trap Art again for the year Training Day CO t-shirts.
Oh, that's
These are
nice. That's
for the
nice.
Trainee of the Night winners. Every other week, we do Trap Art and we do Unfair Apparel. But Trap Art came through a personalized joint. Some say Europe, some say grab the mic, rock the mic. Got stuff, t-shirts for females, halter top sets for females, all types of stuff, man. So tap in, shout out to Trap Art, man.
I
It's your
need
boy Seal
I
McClain,
need one of
huh?
those right there, man.
What the Europe joints? Yerp, we got you. What size? Well, we talk about size later. You want to tell everybody size, man. But yo, man, it's your boy
2X.
Seal McClain.
NY
Spank
Spank
Dollars.
718. All
Highly
right.
unique.
Y'all stay blessed and easy. Safe out there.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Bang.